Published 14:59 Eastern Standard Time, the 5th of November 2018, updated 15:48 Eastern Standard Time, the 5th of November 2018. President Donald Trump said on Monday he'll probably not be meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Paris this weekend after he warned of illegal voting in Tuesday's contest, and special counsel Robert Mueller prepares to wrap up his probe on the 2016 election. Trump said his meeting with his Russian counterpart would probably take place at the upcoming G20 meeting in Buenos Aries, Argentina, the weekend of November 30. Dec. 1. The president told reporters at Joint Base Andrews before he left on his final campaign swing that Paris, where he'll celebrate the 100th anniversary of the armistice that ended the fighting in World War I, was not the proper place for a sit-down. President Donald Trump said on Monday he'll probably not be meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Paris. President Trump on Monday warned about illegal voting in Tuesday's election. We haven't set anything up yet. We don't know if that's going to be the right place. I'm going to be in Paris for other reasons. But we will be meeting at the G20 and probably will have meetings after that, he said, but I'm not sure we'll have a meeting in Paris. Probably not, he added. Kicking the meeting down the road also allows the White House to avoid any potential post-election photo opportunities and possibly awkward questions about election meddling. Trump on Monday warned about illegal voting, as he called it in a tweet. Law enforcement has been strongly notified to watch closely for any illegal voting which may take place in Tuesday's election, or early voting. Anyone caught will be subject to the maximum criminal penalties allowed by law. Thank you, he wrote. Trump said at the White House in mid-October he would probably meet with Putin in Paris amid Russia's protests of Trump's decision to withdraw from a long-standing nuclear weapons treaty, the 1987 Intermediate-Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, known as the INF. That plan appears to have changed. The president was heavily criticized in July for agreeing with Putin's assertion Moscow did not meddle in the presidential election, despite findings otherwise from U.S. intelligence agencies. Trump later said he misspoke at the press conference in Helsinki. Meanwhile, Rudy Giuliani, a member of Trump's legal team, said he expects the Mueller's probe of Russia's role in the 2016 election to be wrapped up by the end of November. He also said both sides agreed to stay quiet until voters went to the ballot box on November 6. Rudy Giuliani, left, said Robert Mueller's right probe should be wrapped up at the end of November. Mueller is under political pressure to get it done. Trump was heavily criticized in July for agreeing with Putin's assertion Moscow did not meddle in the presidential election. During their meeting in Helsinki will have an informal agreement that while negotiating the final details of AQ. I expect the day after the election we will be in serious discussions with them again, and I have a feeling they want to get it wrapped up one way or another. Mueller is investigating Russia's role in the 2016 election, whether the Trump campaign colluded with Moscow and whether the president obstructed justice. Trump's legal team will send him the president's answers to submitted questions after the election, but only if he agrees to no questions on obstruction of justice and no face-to-face sit interview. Mueller is under political pressure to wrap up his probe. After the election, he is expected to report on two of his main charges: whether there was collusion between Russia and Trump's campaign and whether the president took any actions that constitute obstruction of justice. Trump, in an October interview with CBS 60 Minutes, dismissed talk that Russia helped him win the White House in the 2016 presidential election. Do you really think I'd call Russia to help me with an election? Give me a break. They wouldn't be able to help me at all. Call Russia. It's so ridiculous, the president said.